Hi everyone, this is Greg, back for the second part of the new in collection whiskies from the first part of the year 2023. Apologies for having to do the first ever editing on the channel, because I don't do editing. That was the simplest one, but not simple for me, but to cut the video at 31 minutes and a half, because I had sound issues with the tie mic for the second part, and I didn't notice it until I went for the listening to the video to do the timestamps. So I had to re-record it. I tried it once and I paused it to check something and it was cut, so I have to begin again. I hope this time it will work. Again, sorry about that. In the first part, as you can see, still the map is there. French whiskies and an English whiskey as well were on the table. For this part, it's only Scottish whiskies that explain also the map, even if two of the whiskies I will speak of today, are not in this map, because from other parts of Scotland, as we're gonna see it. So I hope this time it's gonna work. So let's go directly to the first, and I'm gonna try something new first. The map first, sorry. First one is ARDNAMURCHAN, so it's from the west coast, near the Isle of Mull. It's there, or you can see the dot I made last time. This is just in front of Nickneen, if I remember well, and on top of Tobermory Lecheg distillery. So lots of interesting west. Also Isle of Raasay is above. So lots of new distilleries now in Scotland. This one is probably one of the most promising ones. I didn't want to say it, not to encourage flipping, etc., and also because they have to be very careful with their cask recipes, but for me ARDNAMURCHAN has the potential to be the next Port Ellen. I'm going to say that now. I hope it won't be a bad guess, but yeah, that's what I think regarding the first ones I've tried and the ones I prefer. So what did I bought? I bought this, which is the new AD, new, but it's from last year. Gonna try to. Okay, so this one is the first among there are other batches, but it's the first official release, no longer bearing a number on the front label, but just AD and /, which I never understood why they kept the /, as there's nothing on the other side of the /. But it appears they have since changed a bit, and now they, for some special releases at least, and I applaud that, they have put now on horizontal size the ARDNAMURCHAN name visible, and then a bit under it the AD / and a mention of the special cask, Sherry Cask Reserve, Paul Lanois Reserve, etc. So I hope they will do that for everything they will release in the future, please, Antonia. But we'll see. As usual, there's a QR code, and as usual, except for one release which I like a lot, that I already reviewed, and I will put the link below. It's the AD 042103. So except for this one, among those I bought, there's no boxes. But you know me, long story short, I need boxes here due to where I am, etc. And I'm super happy to have again modified, recycled an old one, because the bottle yesterday was preparing this, fell on the floor accidentally with the box. And let me tell you, without the box, I think it would have been broken, most probably. So thanks to me and thanks to the box. So what do? I recycled an old Jameson box, and okay, it's black and white because I don't have a lot of budget and my printer is out of order. So I put some tasting notes from the Whisky Exchange there, and yeah, it's non-chill filter, non-colored, 46.8. And I also discovered a little problem, because the second info they give you is bottle 16 of November 2022, but they also say ADCB 102204. So why this difference? My guess, if you have the info, I'm interested, but my guess is that it has been disgorged on the 22 of October, and it's the fourth release of the year, and it has been only bottled a month later or so, but I might be wrong. Now, what did I do? On the other side, after the beautiful picture from the distillery, by the way, you have on the website, I think, I did put the infos, the most important infos I got from the QR code leading to the website for each expression, and I just copied and put that into the box to have the most important information, even if I forgot to mention there are 66 casks, in which there are 32 peated and 34 unpeated. 65% bourbon, 35% sherry, Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez PX. They have American oak, Spanish oak, and they have hogsheads, HHD, ASB, American Standard Barrel. What else? I think there was also, I might have forgot to, some AMOL, which is American Oak Oloroso. Not sure. Yeah, I didn't put the abbreviations. Okay, so basically it's 6 to 7 years old. As you can see, the vintage is here. I expect this to be as good as the previous reduced release I have. Feedback so far are rather good for this one, so we'll see. Probably do compare it to the other bottle I have, but yeah, there you have it. Happy to have a third different ARDNAMURCHAN, no, I'm gonna put it there, in my collection. Okay, right, don't need this special disposal. But now we're gonna go on Islay for real, if I may say, with now the south coast. I know it's a bit blurry, it's far, the camera is not the best, blah blah blah, but if it was too close I couldn't show you, I couldn't make it stand, and I couldn't show you the bottles and yeah, do my thing. So there's Port Ellen, of course, maltings there, and the Port Ellen distillery rebuilt, and which production will start soon, if not already. And then there's Lefroy, then there's Lagavulin, and then there's ARDBEG. What a crazy coast, right? So for this, forgot to mention, for this episode, as I talked already about all the distilleries out there, I will not mention the story of the distillery, etc. Now, if you wonder quickly, ARDNAMURCHAN, they did start in 2016, if I'm not, if I have to double check, I'm sorry. 2014, and it's 500,000 liters capacity, 100 less, rather 400, if I understand well, for last year. And yeah, it's quite a remote distillery, but one of the most promising in my opinion. Now, what is next? You might be surprised. ARDBEG 10. Why ARDBEG 10? Why ARDBEG? As I didn't put any ARDBEG for a decade or so. Because unfortunately, while I tried several ARDBEG 10 in my 25 years, of course I tried a lot of batches. When it came for me to buy it, buy a bottle, what did happen? I came across a corked bottle. Now, is it the correct term to speak about a flowed content? I'm not sure, because the guess was about the cork. I gave the bottle back to the shop. It happened to be a preferenced, I don't know the exact term in English, reference shop for Diageo and MHD, LVMH, who share the distribution here and part of the ownership as well. So it was expertised, and they said, yeah, you're right, it has a flow, it's probably corked, or there's something in the cask that went wrong, and all the batch is contaminated. It's super musty. It was really unpleasant, almost undrinkable. So I gave it back. They gave me another bottle of ARDBEG 10 instead, and guess what? Unlucky, it was the same problem. Now, did they give me the same batch because they didn't want to search for something else and order something else? Might be, but anyway, it did put me off. I asked for replacement for another distillery bottle, and I was a bit put off for a long time to buy any other ARDBEG 10. And also I've tasted your Ugadale. It was good, but nowhere near the first releases I tried, which were wilder and completely different beast. Also, I know they dropped the older content in it compared to the first years of releases. And also the ARDBEG Day, as I call them, releases, or ARDBEG Committee, or yearly limited releases for ARDBEG Day. I tried almost all except the 2 or 3 last year's ones, which I didn't even dare. I didn't bother. I'm not crazy about this series. I explained that in another video. There will be a link below about ARDBEG, because there are also a lot of ARDBEGs I like, but it is not by far my favorite Islay distillery. Sorry, or not. So yeah, so I didn't bought any. I have an ARDBEG which I didn't open, and I want to swap it. I don't want to sell it in auction or something like that. It's now has almost triple his value, around 350. I saw the Maison de Whisky retails it. It's crazy. The ARDBEG is has a Manzanilla finish, and I struggle with all Manzanilla finish, almost all, because I don't know why they give me headaches. So I want to sell it to someone and get some other nice bottles instead. Okay, so I had a coupon of by my shop. Well, too long story. I have 15 euros on this one I could use in my local shop, and it was sold around 50 euros. So I got it for way less than that, so it's less a gamble if it's not good, or if it doesn't please me, even with no flow. For those who want to know and follow soon the video I'm going to do about this one, it's 24 of February 2023 release, 46%, non-chill filtered, and even if some say that on YouTube, I have no evidence it's not colored. And again, for people who don't know, even if it's clear, doesn't mean there's no caramel coloring. I know it for a fact, because I went to both John Glaser and Guillaume Grosperrin, so whiskey and cognac experts, who demonstrated me in the lab with a tiny drop of evil spirit caramel, as John calls it, how it can taint the color of your liquid. The taste is another story. When it's really tiny, I don't think there's a big difference in taste. We tried that, but once when you begin to get an amber, a deep amber color, you modify the taste and the texture of your whiskey, and it comes across really strong in some cheap blended whiskies. Um, I will speak about blended whiskies another time. I have a lot of videos about that to do and to share with you. So I expect something not as wild as a decade ago, but I expect some high peat, 55 to 60 or more ppm. It's a strong single malt, peated single malt. I expect also, it's bourbon cask only, so I expect also some this has some, for me, this single malt ARDBEG can be versatile, but most often it has something very you know, a bit dunnage, a bit uncivilized, etc. And I don't know, what I remember, the cask were from Jack Daniels. I don't know if it's true now, but we'll see. So you will see it reviewed at some point. Let's not lose too much time. What comes next? What comes next is even more controversial for a lot of you guys, but I don't care. Been tasting, I think of 60, 63 or more BOWMOREs over the years. Why did I bought a 40%er? Aha, good question. Because I know the distillery can do great stuff, even in the core range. Most of my bottles are ancient, mind you. I didn't bought any BOWMORE except the 12 and this for maybe a decade. Oh yeah, I had the 15, which changed name. I have a bottle in advance I haven't opened. I hope it's as good as the previous darkest, which I did like. Why did I buy this? Because recently I didn't bought the Legend for 15 years maybe, because I didn't like it. It was too young, it was harsh, there were cardboardy notes, it was not a great expression from them, except maybe some early releases. But when I saw Serge, my compatriot, Serge Valentin from Whisky Fun, said I was back to good shape and had a nice review of it, I said, okay, I might try to find a 2022 batch and buy it, and I did, and I'm happy about it. Of course, again, it's chill filtered, colored, and less than before, as I understand. On my house, it comes across, it's hard to see. It's little amber, but it's less dark than on cam here, I see. I'm sorry about that, but yet you can feel there's some E150 in there. He found it balanced, he found it flavorful. I do also. I will review it soon with this kind of soft lavender violet feel. Also you have some leafy tea-ish elements, you have some maritime but very civilized, not like before or in the 30 years old, the old Sea Dragon, etc, etc. I did 3 videos of BOWMORE if you're interested. Yeah, it's really very nice, with a nice Badiane French star anise note. This is I mean, despite the reduction, I enjoy it a lot, so I even bought another bottle. How about that? Surprise. Okay, so BOWMORE, yeah, before I forgot, because I always forget things, BOWMORE is a bit more remote inside the island, and it has also, of course, as you all know now, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, and under the sea level dunnage warehouse of Scotland for whiskey. I know, alas, not been there, but tried some beautiful stuff. Even some 30, 40 years old. Another story you can see in my channel as well. Next, these are the new purchases. So that doesn't mean I don't have Kulila, I don't have Lagavulin, Lefroy, which I will not talk about today, but this is about the release, what I bought this year. Normally the next whiskey shouldn't be in there because I already reviewed it, already talked about it a lot, etc, etc, but I did bought another one. And even it's a double, why? It's not complicated to understand why. I've talked about this a lot. It's a French exclusive, French market exclusive. Most of the time you can find it in Leclerc or Auchan. I don't like to do advertising, but hypermarket. Price varies. I didn't talk about price a lot, but about 38 at the launch to 47 and a bit more now. Let's say of 38 to 48 euros. At this price, it's a steal. It's one of the best Islay whiskies I ever come across, especially value-wise. This is close to the old Saneg before they changed the recipe. The recipe of the Saneg was, and I have a bottle, was 50% bourbon, 50% sherry. It's now 70% sherry and 30 bourbon. I haven't tried the recent Saneg, but I'm really curious to compare it with the previous one. I don't have the disclosure of the percentage of bourbon and sherry in this one, but it's both. It has both. It's quite clear color and natural, so you can guess the sherry is not very important in there, and it's probably refill. But the way they use that to bring some tiny red fruit note behind that vanilla, citrus fruit, star anise, floral, and a bit maritime combo, it's exceptional. My guess is 70-30, 70 bourbon, 30 sherry, but I'm not sure about that. Don't take it for granted. You can see the level of this. Why I speak about this? Because it's the only whiskey in my collection that I bought 4 different bottles of in the 2 years time. So I have 3 of these in advance of different batches. This one is was bottled in the 17th of February of 2021, but I've tried some from 10 December 22. That's fantastic. I reviewed one of 2020, so and I know there's another one that's good, so highly recommend it if you can manage to get it online. I don't know how. I know it can be a problem, but you know, when I see all these releases from other countries I cannot reach. Okay, KILCHOMAN, forgot to mention again. KILCHOMAN is there, so West Coast. Some ask me, is it a made-up name, Loch Gruinart? Absolutely not. It's one of the shores here. So this is no joke whiskey. Next, and we're close to the end of the second part. Oh yeah, again I have to do this trick. Why? Because it came with no box. Not happy about that. And then yeah, Port Charlotte is from Brooklady. Brooklady is up north. Where is it? No, it's there. Okay, sorry. It's in front of BOWMORE, if I may say, on the map. So Brooklady is the name of the unpeated version. Port Charlotte and Octomore are the names of the peated ones. Quite heavy bottle. This one I tried when it was out, I think first time in 2018 or 16, I'm not sure. And I liked it. But then I saw the price and I don't know. Is it really worth compared to the no age statement I already have, Scottish barley, etc. I have to review. This one is also Scottish barley, mind you. 50% ABV, quite popular release. Opaque bottle, I'm not fond of, but it's not completely opaque. I can see the level. Oh, maybe you can see it a bit too. I don't know. And while there's no box this time, at the beginning there was a box, I decided to made up mine, also recycling another one. Rock Island, if you wonder. which I like a lot. And I made this, so with this you can have again all the infos you want. Heavily peated, around 40 ppm. It's a signature Port Charlotte, as they say on the website. Bottle 17 November of 2022, batch 22/283. No coloring, no chill filtering. 50% is a great. And then I also added some notes from the website and other ones, and also the full disclosure of the cask, which I like to have. So as you can see, it's a mix of first and second fill American whiskey barrels. American whiskey barrel makes me think immediately that there might not be bourbon, but rather Tennessee whiskey. Might be wrong, and second fill French wine barriques. Unfortunately, they don't say which French wine. It's most probably a red wine, and we will never know which one. So I hope it's as good as the batch. Why did I bought it? Because I tried a batch in the whiskey shop show a month ago, and it was a stunning batch. Fortunately, I couldn't ask for the batch number. There was some people around, etc. But I'm doing this gamble that maybe this one is as good. I hope I will not be disappointed. I heard also what Eric Waite spoke about the corks. He's mad about them because of the corks that are wine corks and not enough composite of tight ones. This could be a big issue in my place. I hope I have replacement for that. If it breaks, the cork of the Port Charlotte 16 I have is a bit loose, so I had to wrap it, and maybe sometime I will change it. Not very cool for such an expensive and stunning bottle, but we'll see. So I will open it. This 74 euros I paid for this one, which is not cheap. But yeah, I sense I had to have this one and maybe do a video. What do you think, to compare it with the ARDBEG 10? Why not? So there you have it. We'll almost finish, but we're not completely finished, because the last one is not the least. Oh, should have put that on the table instead. Anyway, yeah, forgot about things. So to give you a clue, next one is not on this map, and this is not the box, because I didn't have a box for this one, but the box is the same as this one, even if this one is a 2020 release. But this one, the one I bought, in fact I was going to a shop a few months ago to buy something else. Look at that. And the guy I know, which is very cool, told me, oh, you know that we still have some Springbank. What do you say? And I wanted, really, I spoke about it in my Springbank video, again link below. I really praised the one of the two. I don't know how many batches there were, maybe 2 batches the year. I really liked the one I tried last year in a show of 2022. And guess what? It's a 2022 release, 18 January of 2022, batch 22/09. I'm not 100% sure it's the batch, because usually there's 3 numbers after the slash, but anyway, it's 18 January of 2022, and I will not open it right now, because I have now 3 or 4 different releases opened. So I opened one for the video, for the Springbank overview of 4 different +1 cask strength, 100 proof, let's say. It's just different. So yeah, that's a lot open. But I'm super happy to have this one. I know you will struggle to get Springbank. It's the same here once past the 10 years old. You still can find it here and there, not always, but it's like for Ben Nevis. But the problem is the others, 12 cask strength, 15 and more. It's difficult. I have the 15. We'll review it as well, but yeah, there you have it. So I hope it was interesting. If you like this idea of yearly or 2 times a year videos about what is new in my collection, let me know in the comment section, and also maybe let me know which are your, let's say for the first part of the year until this time, maybe your 3 favorite releases of what you bought or what you had, what excites you the most among what you have in your collection that you had since January, let's say, if you like. And I will not say it, but click like blah blah blah, you know that, only if you like the video. If you don't like it, don't do anything. Yeah, I will be back with something else very soon, and I will put a link below for the part 1 in which I did taste English again and French whiskies. See you soon. Bye bye.